It was a cold and misty night in the quiet little town of Malati. The streets were silent, and the only sound that echoed through the night was the distant rumble of a coming train. Under a dim streetlight sat Oyen, the orange cat known by everyone in the neighborhood. Brave, curious, and a little too adventurous for his own good. That night, Oyen was chasing something, a fluttering piece of paper carried by the wind. It danced across the street, gliding over the railway tracks just as the warning lights began to blink red. Meow? Oyen tilted his head, his tail swishing. He didn't notice the lights. He didn't hear the loud horn yet. The paper had caught on the rail, and Oyen stepped closer, pawing at it curiously.
Honk, honk!
The sound split the night like thunder. Oyen froze, his golden eyes wide open. The train was coming fast, the ground trembling beneath his paws. He tried to move, but his back leg was stuck between the tracks.
Meow, meow, he cried out in panic, pulling and twisting.
The train was less than 100 meters away now, its headlight blinding white. The wind from its speed began to whip his fur. Time felt like it was slowing down. Then, Oyen saw a small hole beside the rail where rainwater usually drained. With all his strength, he yanked his leg again and again until snap. It came free, leaving a few tufts of orange fur behind. He dove into the hole just as the train roared past above him, shaking the ground like an earthquake. Thundering clatter. The train screamed by for what felt like forever, 10, maybe 20 seconds, before silence returned, leaving only dust and the echo of Oyen's racing heartbeat. He stayed there for a long moment, breathing fast, his heart pounding. His paw hurt, but he was alive. When the night finally settled, Oyen crawled out slowly. His fur was dirty, one leg bruised, but his eyes still gleamed with that same mischievous spark. He limped his way home through the quiet streets, guided by the moonlight. At dawn, the townspeople found him lying in front of Mrs. Rena's door, the old lady who always fed him warm milk every morning. When she saw him, she gasped and ran outside. "Oh, my poor Oyen, what happened to you?" she cried, picking him up gently. Oyen purred softly, pressing his head against her arm. He was safe now. Mrs. Rena cleaned his wounds, wrapped his paw, and whispered, "You're a lucky cat, Oyen. You've been given a second chance." That morning, as the sun rose over the town, Oyen sat by the window. He watched the railway tracks in the distance, the same tracks that almost took his life. His tail flicked once in a promise to himself, never again. And from that day on, every time the train passed by, Oyen would sit at a safe distance, blinking calmly as if saying, "I beat you once, and I'm still here."